Episode 5 sees us spend our first full day in Saigon. We visit the War Remnants Museum, the Independence Palace, the Central Post Office, and we stumble upon Vietnam's first ever Banh Mi festival. And to give you an idea of how much it costs in Saigon, we'll be totaling up our spend for the day.
Good morning from Vietnam. You thought I was going to do it there, didn't you? Today we're going to look around some of the sites. We're also totaling up how much it's costing to do something. So we're going to see some of the main tourist things. Okay, so the first place is Banh Mi Hong Hoa. So this is the highest rated Banh Mi place in Ho Chi Minh. So I've gone for Banh Mi with extra meat and Jackie's gone for a chicken Banh Mi. So we'll dive right into these. Bread sounds really crispy.
It's really crispy, yeah. Chicken's good.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
So mine, I've gone for one with extra meats. So there's liver patty, coriander, there's some pickles on there, variety of different ham, there's pork in there, there's hot dog in there, and it's all mixed in. Pickles, carrots, there's a bit of carrot, cabbage, coriander. So let's give this one a try. I'm not keen on liver patty, so it could be interesting.
Got a little sort of coriander and...
Oh, when it mixes.
Oh, it mixes. Good.
Oh, there's a bit of a kick in there as well. Can't really taste the liver patty. All just mixes in really nicely. The pickles are nice and crunchy, nice and soft as well. Bread's crispy, they're really warm, and all the meats combined together just give it a lovely, lovely taste.
Nice.
And that kick just gives it that oomph.
Sweet kick to it, it's quite nice. Alright.
Good enough. So I'm getting passion fruit smoothie. Oh, well, that's unreal. Try
I've
that.
gone for a pineapple juice. Oh, that is lovely. Nice, fresh, cool for my throat.
Jackie's not feeling so well today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
First place we're going to start is the War Remnants Museum. It's one of the reasons I wanted to come, for the history about the war and all that kind of thing. Obviously, you know, the war lasted for 20 years, between 1955 to 75, and it was a conflict between the North and the South, where the communists of the North were battling against the South, and that's where the Americans got involved to support the South. So there's going to be a lot of history in here. I think it's going to be quite hard hitting from what I've heard. Probably not the best place to start the day, but we did want to get here yesterday, but by the time we got here it would have been closed. So we're going to go inside now and we're going to have a look around. I don't know, we might be a bit somber afterwards, but we'll give you our thoughts. I'm not sure how much I can film in here or how much I really want to film in here, but we'll go in, we'll give our thoughts and we'll come out and we'll see you soon.
The Vietnam War was an extremely long conflict that roughly started in about 1954 and eventually ended in 76. This caused a lot of controversy along the way. So it pitted the communist government of the North against the South Vietnamese, who were principally anti-communist and were an ally to the United States. With tensions rising between the North and South of Vietnam in 1955, the US pledged support to South Vietnam and began to supply the area with military equipment so that they could crack down on the Viet Cong, who were communist sympathisers. This resulted in over 100,000 people being arrested, tortured and killed.
So we're just taking a quick break. We need it. It's pretty heavy board. I mean, it's hot as well, the heat is just ridiculous today. But yeah, I mean, the first, it's split over kind of 3 floors. So on the second floor is where everything starts. It gives you like a history of the war, the build up of the war, the events that caused the war, and then obviously during the war, after the war, how it ended. And then you get a bit tall kind of images from the war, which are there's some pretty powerful images in there. It's all about some of the US photographers for like Life magazine and all that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff they captured was pretty horrendous. But yeah, we're just having a quick break and then we're going to go on to the next floor, which I think starts with war crimes. And then there's things about Agent Orange, which was the chemical that they were dropping on the forest to deforestize them. Basically sort of to find any kind of suspicious characters knocking around. A bit like Jack and you. Find you. And it's all about kind of the defects it caused in people, which are still quite apparent today, to be fair, when you're wandering around, and a lot of that could have come from the war. So here's one of the jail cells, and I've just looked through, and there's a what would you call it? Like, it's not a statue, like a mannequin type thing. I looked through the hole and I was like, I thought it was a real person. I had to shit myself. Jay had to save me action. Shouldn't laugh, but my god. So these are actual bombs from the war. So this one's a cluster bomb up here. And look at the size of this. Absolutely huge. Weighs 2,000 pounds. So that'll do some damage. I mean, some of these, yeah, you can just see the craters on the... Unbelievable. Okay, so that was the War Remnants Museum. Yeah, that was tough going. There were some images in there. I think that'll stay with me for the rest of my life. Just graphic. I think it got worse. After you've been onto the second floor, you come down to the war crimes, and then the effects of the Agent Orange. Just the stuff in the war crime stuff got to me. Like I would consider myself quite desensitized to stuff. Some of the stuff I watch at home. But seeing stuff in reality is something different. It was horrendous. Just some of them pictures, like, I'll never forget them.
It is quite graphic if you do come.
In a way, it was worse.
Prepared.
If I was going to compare it and say somewhere like Auschwitz, which is completely different, I think that's probably affected us more than stuff at Auschwitz, because you actually see stuff there, in there, like actual photos taken from the war and just the effects of it, and yeah, it was pretty brutal. But I mean, overall, fascinating. I mean, we've been in there
Ages,
about 2.5, close to 3 hours. So I would take a good bit of time. I would get here early if possible, because it's so hot and humid as well. There's rooms in there that aren't air conditioned, so it does get really hot. But the main exhibitions there, they're air conditioned, but I mean, it still feels red hot.
Yeah, it's still hot. Yeah, it's hard to concentrate anyway because there's so much to read, and then you're hot.
You could actually spend a full day in there after.
You could probably do like doing it in chunks. Really,
yeah,
like,
you could, because it will break it up. It does, because it's such a hard-hitting thing as well. It's just really hard to take in, isn't it?
So much information.
Yeah. Anyway, it costs 40,000 dong each to get in, and I think it's open till 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
7:30 till 5:30.
So my recommendation would be get here as early as possible, just so it's not quite as hot, and then that gives you a bit of time, and then it'll probably free up your afternoon a bit as well.
Last time you can get a ticket at 5, but you're not going to be coming at 5 because you're not going to get around in half an hour.
Anyway, I think we need to try and go and do something a bit more fun now, just to try and like
get a beer.
We're going to head to the Independence Palace next, because that kind of falls in with this. We're going to go and have a look because it's on the way to our next destination. We might stop for a beer as well somewhere, but let's get going to our next place. $40,000 dong each to get in. That's just for palace admission. 65 dong for the exhibit and the palace admission. So we've just gone for the palace admission. Thank you. At 10:45 a.m. on April the 30th, 1975, tanks of the Liberation Army attacked and occupied the Independence Palace, forcing the Saigon administration to surrender unconditionally. The event marked the end of the struggle with the foreign forces for national independence. The last tickets you can get are 3:30, and it looks like it closes about 4:30. So we're going to have a look around here, and then we'll probably go for a drink somewhere.
So due to the old palace being badly damaged and being bombed by two dissident Republic of Vietnam Air Force pilots, President Ngo Dinh Diem ordered the new palace to be built in 1962. So it was constructed according to a design by Ngo Viet Thu, who was a Vietnamese architect who had actually won the first grand prize of Rome in 1955. The construction of the palace started on the 1st of July 1962, while Diem and his ruling family moved to Gia Long Palace, which is today the Ho Chi Minh City Museum. Diem did not get to see the completed whole, as he and his brother and chief advisor were assassinated in November 1963. The completed hall was inaugurated on the 31st of October 1966 by the chairman of the National Leadership Committee, General Nguyen Van Thieu. He was the head of the military junta. The Independence Hall served as Thieu's home and office from October 67 the 21st of April 75, when he fled the country. North Vietnamese forces swept southwards in the decisive Ho Chi Minh campaign.
Just what you wish you had at home.
Oh yeah, this is one big walk-in wardrobe.
It's like a whole corridor of wardrobe.
So if you're interested in Vietnam's turbulent history, then the Independence Palace is a must. The palace consists of many rooms with some exhibitions from the South Vietnam era, and there's furniture, paintings and documents within there. The palace also has a basement that is accessible to visitors, containing a lot of interesting surprises such as the old communications room, the war rooms and the maps. There's also a projection room that displays an insightful video about the history of the palace.
So that was the Independence Palace. What did you think of that one?
It was good, yeah. It was quite huge.
It's massive,
like going down them bunkers. It was like just going on forever.
It doesn't look like it's going to be that big when you go in. It looks like it's just going to be like a long building with massive big rooms. But you get to see like the president's bedroom, his wardrobe, the bathroom, his offices, and then obviously there's the bunker underground and his war room and all that, and his communications. So it was really interesting to see. So yeah, it's definitely recommended. It's not too far from the War Remnants Museum. That took us about, I don't know, it was probably only about 5-10 minutes away, wasn't it? It's not far. So the next place we're going to visit is the Notre Church or Cathedral, and then the post office, which is right across the road, but we're going to try and stop somewhere on the way, see if we can just sit and have a drink. Our feet are pounding from all the walking in this heat. Just stopped for 2 cold beers. Watch the world go by. We're right on the edge of the Independence Palace here. So it's just a little cafe we see. We thought, oh, we'll sit down, grab a beer, cold drink, cool off a bit, rest our feet. Thanks, Jay. We're gonna smash these beers up and we'll see how much they are and add it to the list. So as you'll see in Vietnam, there's a lot of French culture here which they left behind during the colonisation before the war. So not only in the food, the coffee, the cafes, the buildings, you'll see it in the architecture in the next place we're taking you. So it's all scaffolded up. Typical. This is the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is named the Cathedral Basilica of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, and this is right in the downtown of Ho Chi Minh City here. So it was built between 1863 and 1880. It was established by French colonists who initially named the Church of Saigon. So apparently this is the most impressive cathedral in Vietnam. Maybe see behind there, it's modelled on the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. So a lot of the materials on this were shipped over from France. The cathedral is a religious centre for Vietnam's 6.2 million Catholic people. So just across the road from the Notre Dame Cathedral is the Saigon post office. So this building was constructed when Vietnam was part of French Indochina in the late 19th century. It counts with Gothic Renaissance and French influences. It was constructed between 1886 and 1891 and it's now classed as a tourist attraction. And it's one of the most recognised buildings in Saigon. So you can actually see the French influence on the building. It actually reminds us of a train station, like the arch and the roof. It looks like some of the train stations in France. But yeah, it's become somewhat of a tourist attraction, mainly because of the architecture in the building. But yeah, it's quite an impressive building. Very hot in here. There's some fans above the desks, but they're not quite cutting it, like it's just absolutely scorching.
So after taking in a few free attractions, we decided to walk a little way across town where we actually stumbled upon Saigon's first ever Banh Mi festival.
One of them. And this one.
So stumbled upon some kind of festival. It might actually be a Banh Mi festival, because before we come out here we did actually read that there was going to be a Banh Mi festival. So we've just got a couple of little snacks because we're going to try and eat out later. So we're going to give these a try. Little, I say little, are actually quite big. So these were 20,000 dong each, which is less than £1. So Jackie got, what did you get?
No idea.
Some chicken, probably chicken balls. It's like a satay stick. I got a big sausage. It's like a big hot dog on a stick, but it's really crispy. It's like a bratwurst on a stick, that's what it reminds us of. With the crispy skin and the sausage. It's very, very like a bratwurst. What's that like? Is that like a... Turning your gob. Try this spicy sauce there, what's that like? Is it spicy?
Yeah. It's not like massively thick, but it's like a chili sauce. It's nice. It's nice with the chili sauce on it. I had like bits of spices, and I had a bit of sweet corn and stuff in as well. But yeah, it's like a huge satay. It's really nice. Really nice,
So there's all sorts of different stalls here. It's not just Banh Mi. Obviously we had those little snacks, just like sausages and chicken on a stick. But there's lit pizzas, there's bubble tea, Banh Mi, different kinds of fruits, pastries, chips, it's like chicken, all sorts, absolutely stacked, and it's absolutely rammed.
You're good? Sweet?
Sweet, yeah.
Where are you guys from though?
The UK.
The UK? Yeah. This one is actually from Australia though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So this is dark grape.
What is it? Is it wine or is it?
It's a sparkling juice.
Just the juice?
No alcoholic at all. You see it?
Oh, yeah. So is this a big Banh Mi festival?
Yep.
Is it the first one in Vietnam?
The first ever.
Yeah, I read about it before we came.
Yeah, the first ever.
So yeah.
I mean, have you guys tried the beef section?
Alright, okay.
Yeah, there's a beef section over there.
Right, okay.
It's mostly like machinery and stuff.
Yeah.
Better. Are you guys on YouTube or something?
Yes.
Oh, you are? Oh, I see. I gotta distract you guys then. Yeah, just have more if you guys want. Feel free.
Full bottle.
Hello. Yeah,
Nice.
Nice and refreshing.
That's sweet. So here's the Notre Cathedral, but made out of bread. There's no scaffolding on that one. Wanna try a bit?
Set of 2 bread.
You wanna try one?
You want to try?
Yes, please.
We have pomegranate, orange and lemon. Which flavor do you like?
Which flavour? Orange pomegranate?
Try orange.
Orange.
Thank you. These were 30,000. Some kind of curry bread roll.
Yeah, it's like inside, it's like curries or curry pan. It's like a stuffed naan bread. Nice.
Stuffed naan bread.
Yeah, really nice. It's lovely, yeah.
Good.
throws him over trouble.
We've also got a free drink that come in with the price. So 30,000 dong for these two, and we got a free juice. You know what it reminds me of? It's like donut. Quite sweet.
That's nice.
And then when you hit the curry in the middle, oh yeah, it's like capsule curry. So the sweet of the bread mixes with the savoury curry in the middle. That's really nice. Really nice. This has actually been a really nice surprise. We just kind of stumbled upon it looking for some money going to the ATM. But it's been good, there's been some nice little surprises. We've been given a few little free things as well. Looks like we might have a new subscriber as well, Tommy. But just come and try some different kind of things. So this is the first one, lasts for 3 or 4 days. And I think they're going to start holding these every year. So everybody from around the country comes here just to show off their products basically. They're different to Banh Mi and all the local produce and all this kind of stuff. So if you're ever here in March, end of March, have a look for this place in Ho Chi Minh. Looks like we might be on Vietnamese TV as well. They must have known we're coming. You get more free stuff. Spaghetti bolognese. What you got now?
It's a
Banh Mi pizza.
mini Banh Mi, yeah. We just got one of them.
It's like a pizza bread. Yeah, it's like a pizza bread, like a roll, isn't it? Pizza roll. So we've ended up getting one of them based on the sample we just got. And that was 10,000 dong. So you're looking at like something like 30 odd pence or something like this. You know, it's costs nothing really. Cheap as out. It's like quite garlicky, isn't it?
I don't know, I just took a bite.
Well, you had a bit there.
I got just took it.
So it's like a tomato paste in the middle, probably like a bit like a pizza puree type of thing, but it's got a right kick to it as well. The bread's really crispy and really light, really good. So it seems to be like a lot of bakery stuff around here, isn't it? Which is really good. Everything's freshly cooked. Lovely, really nice. This has actually been a lovely little surprise.
And it's filling my belly.
Yeah, might not need to go for food tonight. But stumble across somewhere like this, it's really good. And we're just looking for little snacks as well, so it's worked out perfectly. We're going to go to Bentan Market. Found out it was about 20 minutes walk. So we says, oh, we'll have a look and see if there's something up there. And then this place was here. So we just come in and I think we've eaten off about 4 or 5
snacks
stores.
turned into about 10 snacks. What else can we eat?
And they're playing London Bridge is falling down in the background. What you got your eyes on now?
All of these.
Look like little cheesecakes, don't they?
They look like good as well.
Oh yeah, little tarts.
Smells good.
Good starting.
I don't actually know
How much was this one?
30.
30.
I don't actually know why it is. I've gone assuming it was some sort of cheesecake. I'm assuming they're biscuits. So, I mean, it looks good. I can taste the biscuits. I don't know what the stuff is, it's dead fluffy. It doesn't taste very much to be fair, but it's nice.
I think it's a plant-based bakery, that one, isn't it?
Vegan one, yeah. What do you think of it?
Quite creamy, isn't it? I'm getting like a hint of chocolate. And then like the base is really soft rather than crunchy. Whether that's because it's plant-based, I don't know. There's some of the chocolate. It's kind of like cakey at the bottom, biscuit. But it's really hard to get into it with this spoon. But it's nice. That's good.
Yeah, what? Thank you. So to finish off, we have.
Well, these will be our last from the Banh Mi Mart. It's absolutely wrapped. It's getting busy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely chocker. So I thought it was busy before. It's getting worse, but it must be people coming out to work now. We'll try these. We've got a donut and some
mini donut.
coconut macaroons as well. We'll try the donut first.
Homer Simpson will be jealous.
You wouldn't, it's too small for Homer.
Good.
Nice.
Get fluffy. I don't know what's on the top.
Just some icing probably.
No.
Yeah.
You want some?
Yeah. Ice and tea. Oh yeah. Really fresh, aren't they? That's lovely.
Let's see what else I've got.
Really nice. Coconut macaroons.
Coconut macaroons. I love coconut, so these are very good. Smells good. They're so good.
Nice.
They're sticky. Oh, chocolate.
Try one. I'm not massive fan, but
Very coconut.
I'll try.
Very sweet. Chewy.
oh yeah.
Crunchy on the
Oh.
outside. They're gorgeous.
Actually, them ones are really nice.
They're really nice.
I like quite crispy on the outside.
Loads of coconut.
Dead moist on the inside, aren't they? Oh, they're really nice. I can get on board with them.
Like that, like sticky as well.
So we don't need to eat tonight, I don't think. Filled myself up in there. We only went for a snack. So we've done quite a bit of walking today. Been red hot, steaming hot. So I think we deserve a beer.
Yeah.
Let's go and get one.
So as night fell on our first day in Saigon, we got a grab motorbike back to our accommodation. We stopped by a shop where we got some beer, water and an electrolyte drink, and then it was time to head down Boy Vienne Street.
I'd like to thank Joe for these drinks. You bought them for us on Banh Mi Hoang Hoa. Okay, so it's the next morning now. Forgot to total them up last night. but it's come to 1,468 dong altogether. So bearing in mind, we went to 2 kind of big attractions, all the food we ate, all the beers we had last night, it's come to about, what was it?
£50 and 36 pence.
Between 2 people, so that's £25 each, which I think is very reasonable. Well, we've got a Grab motorbike, that was only £1, just over £1.
Yeah.
And then beers in, like, just off Boy VN Street. So it's pretty cheap, really. You can't, I mean, you can do it a lot cheaper. You don't have to drink all that beer that we drank. You don't have to eat all the food. You could eat more local. But yeah, so...
Yeah, we didn't end up going for street food, we're full up with street food.
But I mean, probably what we paid in the street food's what we would have paid for a meal anyway. Possibly. If not a bit more. Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, that's the end of that episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave any comments. In the next video, we're going to head to the Chuchi tunnels. So we're going to head there, and then we're going to be taking an overnight bus to our next destination, which is Dalat. So I don't know if we'll put that one in the next video, because we might put that as a video just on Dalat, and we'll travel there and then we're day in Dalat. So we'll see you in the next one. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
In the next episode, we explore more Vietnam's war history as we head out of Saigon to the Cuchi tunnels.
Yes. I think, I thought it was 17. Falling, huh? Right, so tell me, things about the trap. Hey, right there!
Oh, this is tight. This is tight.